All right, good evening. I'm Fox 26 meteorologist John Dawson. Needed to jump in here, kind of give you maybe one last update of what's happening across the Houston area concerning the storms and the potential for some even severe weather. All of that has begun to drop quite a bit. And as a matter of fact, you notice there a little bit of a flash there with those red counties being dropped off of the screen. Well, that's the tornado watch. And so just now, dropping the tornado watch for the majority of the Fox 26 viewing area. We still have a few counties there that are listed, so I'm going to kind of take a minute to get a little bit of a closer look at things here. We'll change our focus over into Liberty County, where now until 9 p.m. is, and I guess that's what it's always been, 9 p.m. on that. And you can see there is still a few stormy conditions out there, and we'll find that in Liberty County at the moment. But for the bulk of the Fox 26 viewing area, conditions have certainly improved since just a couple of hours ago. I'm going to zoom in here to the what I'll call the metro area for Houston within the Beltway and sort of the Grand Parkway. Again, the red shading disappearing there. That's that tornado watch having expired and dropping for that area. And we'll see that, yes, there's still some rain, even some reds and oranges there indicating some of those heavier downpours, but our lightning count has certainly dropped. So it's not as intense of some storms. It'll be more of a nuisance than anything else. I know there's some watch parties happening across the area for the University of Houston Cougars. And just a reminder, coming up at 7 o'clock, Will Kunkel, sports director here at Fox 26, is in San Antonio. And at 7 o'clock, we've got a special that we'll be showing you with a lot of different information and content. And I know it's more than just Will. I think we've got some other folks who are involved locally and then some other folks over there. It's a whole program coming up at 7 o'clock. Make sure, however you're watching me right now, you're back here at 7 o'clock. And again, I'm expecting conditions weather-wise to be improving throughout that time period. Now, here's what we're looking at as far as the stormiest of the weather that's still out there, just sort of hugging into the northern portions of Liberty County. Going to continue to kind of push up and over out of Liberty County, catching a little bit of Polk County, but that's kind of what we're looking at, getting all of those stronger storms out of the Houston area. Back to the west, the folks over in Katy and Brookshire are looking much better right now with skies still overcast and cloudy, but the rain is gone and for sure the stormy weather is gone, and that's the focus now much further to the northeast. Just not much happening across the Fox 26 viewing area anymore. Though we do have some showers still happening down to the southwest. None of that is overly intense. And all of that's going to continue to kind of move over to the east as we continue to move on through the rest of the evening. Taking a look at one of our tower cams. This one's over kind of looking back towards the Galleria area. You can see all of the clouds, but the rain has stopped. And if you've been outside recently, you're definitely going to notice the cooler conditions. It is 65 degrees right now over at Hobby Airport. And I guess that's why we're still looking at a little bit of rain there happening near Hobby Airport at the moment. But look at the temperatures that we have across the area right now. We have most folks in the 60s, Galveston Island holding on to the 70s, and that line of cooler air has really begun to move in, and we even have some 50s to the folks up in the Brenham and College Station area. 58 degrees right now, and we'll even get 58 degrees for the folks in Huntsville at this moment as well. And you can see the winds out of the northwest, 15 miles an hour out of the northwest in College Station, and that sort of line, those arrows indicating which way that the storms or the wind is moving. And you can see that line right along the front there between Cleveland and Beaumont. That's the boundary of where that path is at the moment. We're still getting some south winds down in Galveston from about 17 miles an hour. Here's the Futurecast. Going to take that on out of here. These storms slowly continuing to clear. As I mentioned, I'm feeling pretty confident that our severe weather threat has diminished here in the Houston area, but we keep some possibilities for some rain still happening, and most of that's going to be very manageable, more just some showers than anything else, but a few isolated chances for some downpours. By the time we get to later on this evening, we're pretty much going to be out of the rain. But you'll notice much further back to the northwest in the Panhandle, there is some snow. Snow happening right now in the panhandle of Texas. And some much colder temperatures, but that just kind of shows you there's still some moisture in the atmosphere. If it's able to snow, you got to have moisture in there. And so we're keeping some rain chances in the forecast. Just some showers, though, all the way through tomorrow morning, very isolated. And there's those current temperatures, 36 right now in Amarillo, 42 in Abilene, 51 in Dallas, and the San Antonio area, where the Cougars are, the University of Houston, at 63 degrees. Here's what we've got here locally. This is our camera that's in the Galleria area, looking at 610 right in front of you. 65 degrees, it's cloudy, northwest wind at around 10 miles an hour, and those are some cool temperatures at 65 degrees. You'll see those 60s eventually dropping down into the 50s as we move through the rest of the evening into the early tomorrow morning, and some folks even going to flirt with the 40s there. Even as far south as the Woodlands could have 49 degrees. Brenham and Huntsville, I think for sure you're going to be in the 40s. Most of us, though, lower 50s tomorrow morning, but then I think we all get to be caught up in on the 40s once we get into Monday and Tuesday mornings. So be ready for a big change in the pattern overall from what we've seen this last week versus what's coming up this week, where we'll have temperatures in the 70s for the highs on Monday and Tuesdays, and then we're gradually kind of warming as we go through the next time period just a little bit for the end of the week. All right, one more reminder, coming up at 7 o'clock, we're less than 30 minutes out from the Fox 26 special pregame for the University of Houston Cougars Final Four game coming up tonight. I think we're scheduled for like 30 minutes, but who knows? Once Will Kunkel gets going and all the gang, we might even just go all the way to tip-off. We'll have to see what happens once we get going. But it's going to be happening at 7 o'clock. However you see me right now, you're on Fox Local, on your device, or on your smart TV. You could be even on the Fox 26 weather app watching me right now. You can still come back and see the University of Houston special the same way. And, of course, fox26houston.com, streaming that as well. Check it out if you get the chance. Otherwise, Sherman DeSalle and I will be back later on this evening, bringing you Fox 26 News at 9 after the MLS game has completed. We'll see you back here on Fox 26.